What's up, guys? I'm Rustin from rossmertech.com, and this is another tutorial in PHP programming. In this class, I want to talk about switch statements. So let's get started. So what are switch statements? Well, switch statements are used to test variables. They'll test them for certain conditions, and if those conditions match, they'll do something. So you can test multiple conditions. So let me give you guys an example of that. But let's first declare a variable. I'm going to call my variable red. I like to use colors. And I want to make my variable equal to the number 1, the integer number 1. Okay, now let's start the switch statement. We have to start off by typing switch, hit space, open and close parentheses, hit space, open curly brace, hit enter a few times. To end a switch statement, we use the closing curly brace. So now, this is the switch statement body here. Alright, between these two parentheses here, we're going to type in our variable name, which is red. Now, our variable has a value of 1. So this is how switch statements work. So we have to type in case, right? Case, let's say our variable red has a value of 5, right? So we hit space, type in 5, end it with a colon, not a semicolon. We end it with a colon. We hit enter, hit tab. Now we do something. In case our variable red has a value of 5, it's going to do something. I want it to echo out 5, the words 5, or the spelling of 5. Then we have to end it with a semicolon. Then we're going to hit enter, backspace, then we're going to type in break. And that with a semicolon, right? So, oops, semicolon. In case our variable here is equal to 5, it's going to echo out 5. Now let's start another case. So again, going to hit enter a few times. I'm going to type in case, hit space, and in case our variable, let's say, it has a value of 4, right? End it with a colon, hit enter, hit tab, and now we're going to do something. I want to echo something out again, and let's echo this time out 4. And end it with a semicolon, right? So now let's hit enter, backspace, we're going to type in break to end it. The break just ends this case, right? So it moves to the next one. And we're going to do a semicolon. So now here, let's start from the top. From the top, we declared a variable, which we called red, and we gave this variable a value of 1, an integer value of 1. We get down to the switch statement here. We type switch, hit space, open and close parentheses. In between the open and close parentheses, we have to put our variable in there, right? We hit space. At the end of the switch, we use the closing curly brace. So now, then we start off by typing in a case, in case of whatever. So case our variable is equal to 5, then we end it with a colon, hit enter, tab, then we do something. In this case, we're echoing out the word 5. Then we hit insert in backspace, then we type in break to break this case. Now down here, we started a new case. In case our variable has a value of 4, then it's going to do something. It's going to echo out 4. Then we break. Let's make another case. This time, let's type case again, hit space. Let's say this time our variable has a value of 1, all right? Which it does. So we're going to end it with a colon, hit enter, tab. Then we're going to type in something we want it to do. I want it to echo again. This time I want it to echo 1. All right? We're going to hit enter, backspace, then we're going to type in break again. End it with a semicolon. Now, this is the way it's going to work. Our variable red again has a value of 1. It's going to get down to the switch statement. It's going to test the variable in here, what we have in the parentheses, right? And it's going to test it against a couple different cases. Now, this first case, we're testing it against the integer value of 5. If red equals 5, then it's going to echo out 5. If not, it's going to go to break, then it's going to get to the next case statement here. Again, it's going to test whether our variable has a value of 4. If it does have a value of 4, it's going to echo out 4. If not, it's going to break again, then move down to the next one, right? It's going to test whether our variable has a value of 1, which it does. And since it has a variable 1, it's going to echo out 1. So let's test it. I want to hit save. I want to open up my browser. I want to hit refresh. See, and it printed out 1. Now let's say our variable equaled a number that's not part of one of our cases. So let's make this, let's say 7, right? Let's give our variable red a value of 7, which neither of these cases equals to 7. So in that case, let's hit save and let's Open up the browser. Let's hit refresh, and nothing happened. Again, let's say neither of these cases apply, so this time we gotta type in default, DEFAULT, then end it with a colon, hit enter, tab. Now we want it to do something. Or in case our variable does not equal one of these cases here, then it's gonna do something. So it's gonna do whatever you want it to do. And I want it to echo something now. I want it to echo none, the word none, end it with a semicolon, and hit enter, backspace, and we gotta break this. Right? So let's hit save. Let's open up our browser again. We're gonna hit refresh. Something wrong. Oh, we forgot to end break with a semicolon, so we're gonna hit save again. Let's open up our browser again. Let's hit refresh, and it printed out none because our variable red had a value of 7, and neither of the cases had a value of 7. So we type in a default case. So case statements, they work with strings as well. This could be a string, and our cases can be strings. So let's say I want to test whether our variable red has a string value of blue, right? Alright, so our variable red now has a string value of blue. And let's make the first case have a value of, let's say, green, right? And let's make our second case have a value of, let's say, yellow. This is a string value, by the way. That's why I'm using the single quotes. And let's say our last case here has a value of, let's say, gray. Okay, let's make this one blue, because we want this case statement to be true. So again, what's going to happen? Oh, we got to give a default value. So let's make this default value, let's keep it none. So again, from the top, we changed the value of our variable red. We made a string value of blue, right? So now it's testing our variable here, in this parentheses here, is testing whether our variable is green. If our variable is the green, it's going to echo out 5, right? So it goes down to the second case. If our variable has a string value of yellow, it's going to echo out 4, right? So it breaks. And if our third case has a value of blue, which it does, it's going to echo out 1. So let's test it out. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to open up the browser, refresh, and it printed out 1 because our variable red has a string value of blue. And then we went down this entire switch statement here, and we have one case. If the value is blue, then it's going to print out 1, and that's why it printed out 1. But if we change this to, let's say, purple, we're testing whether this is purple, and neither of our cases have purple. So it should go to the default one, and it should echo out none. So let's hit save again. Open up our browser. Let's hit refresh, and it printed out none. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Ristin from RosmerTech.com, and thanks for watching.